This is the Satisfye Ultimate Gaming Grip Elite Bundle, and its sole purpose is to help fix a design flaw with the Switch. One that people with larger hands, specifically your right hand, have noticed. It was something that was brought up heavily with reviews for the Switch when it first came out, and today we're going to check this out with the grip and the case that comes with it, because believe it or not, the case actually has some pretty cool features. Now, Satisfye asked if I want to check this out, and I said, sure, I'll take a look, as some of you were curious, so they sent this over for me to check out, so thanks to them. And of course, Satisfye, if you remember, was the company that produced a case that you could technically throw off a bridge, and that one guy decided to do just that, and I think he lost his car keys or something doing it, but it survived, and, well, let's see what they can do with a grip. So first up, let's go ahead and unbox this thing. The box itself is set up in kind of their red and black design. They tend to go with the red Nintendo, I guess, color, so it makes a lot of sense there. Once you open it up, you have plastic surrounding the case that just has the Satisfye logo and everything on it. The case itself is pretty minimalistic. A black on top with their Satisfye logo, and they have kind of that red Nintendo accent around the sides where the zipper is. It works really well with that. And then at the top, you have a rubberized handle to kind of hold on to it and grip it. Now, when you open this up, you will have your grip inside. We're going to look more at that in a minute, and then we're also going to check out kind of the insides of this case. Now, really, the entire inside of this case isn't anything crazy that we really haven't seen, minus one detail, but you have the pouch at the top that you can pretty much just jam a bunch of accessories, extra cables, pretty much anything you need to carry with you. I was able to put 2 Joy-Cons in there. I was able to put a power cord along with a portable reshelled first-party dock. I tried jamming as much stuff as possible in there, and there was obviously a limit. I couldn't put everything in there, but it does at least fit enough. A couple Joy-Cons, some power cords, a portable dock, that will all fit in there fairly well. One thing I would like to see from a company like Satisfye that's making these cases, just make that top compartment larger. I mean, I guess the case is already kind of big, and making it maybe an inch deeper even wouldn't, I think, affect things too much more. I mean, I'm looking for an all-in-one for like everything. I want to be able to put like my the Joy-Con grip in there. I want to be able to put maybe a Pro controller in there. Just everything. Everything I want to take with me if I'm going on a trip to like a hotel and I'm able to hook it up to TV. I just want to put as much stuff as possible in there. I don't really care if it's any deeper, as this thing's already pretty large anyway. Separating where your Switch will go, and then that container at the top is a spot for a bunch of game cards. You have 10 and then 10, so 20 total can go in there. And then on the back even, you have another compartment for, I don't know, some smaller stuff. I really was trying to figure out what I would put in here. I guess, again, a charge cable would fit in there, some of those thumb grips that it comes with. It's not large, so you're not going to fit a ton of stuff, but it's still an extra place to put stuff. All right, now let's talk about the one really cool feature in this case. And at the bottom, below where your Switch would go while in the grip, you'll notice there's a little cutout there with a harness. Now, that is actually for a portable power bank. So, for example, you're seeing here, I'm actually using a RAV Power Extreme Series model RP-PB41. It's a 26,800 milliamp hour battery, so it's a fairly large, fairly thick battery, but it fits right there, and on top of that, you'll actually put the Switch, and then there's a cable that comes with this setup that has 2 right angle inputs. And that's going to be, you have a Type A USB, and then you also have a USB-C there, and that actually lets you run this directly from that power bank to your Switch, and everything closes up, which means that you can charge your Switch with the power bank underneath while it's stored in here. So if you were playing and your Switch was maybe low on battery power, you know you're going to be like storing it for a little while, you drop that RAV power in there, or your battery bank in general, you run that cable around, and you zip it up, and your Switch will actually charge while in there. I really like that idea. I think that's a really cool way to go about that, have just a spot dedicated for a larger power bank. I mean, that's pretty big. A 26,000 milliamp hour, that'll charge the Switch quite a few times, and it can just basically stay at the bottom of your case until it needs to be charged, then you take it out. So you could effectively leave this battery bank at pretty much throughout your trip completely, even if you're going for like a week, this thing will charge the Switch quite a few times, and you really don't have a reason to take it out otherwise. Now let's move over to this grip that they've been talking about, as you can get a case that has storage and everything, and maybe you don't really mind the fact that it has a spot for like a portable battery bank. Maybe that's not just that interesting to you. Well, let's talk about this grip, because this grip does actually do something to really help your situation. If you've been kind of experiencing maybe hand cramp, or you're getting that claw hand that you have to use, this actually fixes that fairly well. So you take the grip, the Switch with Joy-Con controllers will slide into it, and it's a very tight fit. So I recommend pushing down on like the top of those Joy-Con controllers while it's attached, so it doesn't push those off of there and possibly damage the latching system that you have on your Switch. And once in there, you'll notice right away that those extra grips on the left and right is like a night and day difference. It really does, on your right hand specifically, give you a better angle to that right stick. So you're not really bending and clawing your thumb up to get there. It just naturally sits right on it. And I know there have been a couple grips that have been trying to do this. Some have done it better than others, but this one did a very good job. Like, it is a very good grip for what it is. And it's light, it's not super heavy. And what I like about it is it seems to kind of mimic the Charge grip or the Joy-Con grip controller that we use when the Joy-Con controllers are out of it and you kind of latch it in. If you like that kind of a grip, this is going to work really well for you. Now, it also doubles as like a stand. So if you put this down, it'll just stand up on its own like it is now. I don't have the kickstand up or anything. It's just kind of sitting there. Some of the issues with that, though, it has pretty much one position, so it's not like leaning back or tilting forward or anything, and it's a very flat onward looking position. It's not bent back at all to kind of look up at you while you're in tabletop mode. It's very flat. It's just not an easy thing to see if you put it down on the table, which means you might end up just taking it out of the grip and putting it down, and that kind of defeats the core purpose of what it's trying to do. I think if they could figure out a way to make it so it has different angles for when you put it down on the table, that would help. It does have some clearance at the bottom, so if you're someone who's not thrilled that the Switch, when in tabletop mode, cannot be charged, and you don't have the charge stand that they released recently, this will at least give you clearance, but it's only clearance enough for their right angle cable. It's not really enough if you have one that's just normal. You really don't have enough room to bend it around there, and yeah, that's kind of an issue as well. They have a few things to work on here, but as it is now, it works pretty well if it's mostly a handheld device for you and you're not really looking to do tabletop mode and charging at that time. Now, what they could do to fix that is, if you see that charge stand that we've looked at before, if they could have a way that it comes as an optional piece that just attaches to the bottom and gives you that right angle kind of already built in for the charger, that would be awesome, because then you would just have like a USB Type-C port on the back that would be kind of relocated that way. Then you just plug in the cable and you charge it. It did also come with like these thumb grips. I'm not really big into using thumb grips on any of these things. I know there's been quite a few of them where they raise the stick higher, so it's supposed to be, I guess, easier for reaction time or better reaction time. And it came with 4. I put them on, but they don't really do anything for me, I guess. I just don't really care as much. I don't really find the Joy-Con sticks as they are now to be hard to grip anyway. These, I guess, help. And of course, if your Joy-Con controllers are like, the sticks are chewed up, this will just kind of go right on top of it and sit there and fix it for you. So that's, I guess, a nice little benefit to these. But I'm not really, when I got this, I wasn't even thinking about these. I kind of took these out of the case and was like, oh, it's a cool bonus, I guess. So this was originally on Indiegogo, and the price has kind of been fluctuating a bit. I see it sitting roughly at about $50 in there. So they are looking to ship these out, especially with pre-orders right now, at the end of October, and some backers are already getting theirs now anyway, so it seems like they are slowly trickling these out to backers and new customers as well. So if you like what you're seeing here, I would go check it out. I think it's a good grip for the money, especially since it comes with the case and the grip. And the case, I like the idea of having the place to put a battery bank inside the case. I think that top compartment could get a little more spacious, and honestly, it's already large anyway, so what's an extra like that much maybe on the top? That way you can fit full Pro controllers in there. That would be awesome, and I would like to see that. That way everything's here, it's charging, you got a Pro controller, you got a portable dock, you got a couple Joy-Cons, and some cables. Seriously, let's just put everything in this case and just go. And guys, that's gonna do it for the Satisfye Ultimate Gaming Grip Elite Bundle. It's a fairly long name to have to say, but I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I hope it helped you out, gave you an idea if this is something that you would want to invest in, whether it's the case or the grip. I think the grip is worth it. I think the case is worth it. So if you put them all together in that bundle, it seems like a pretty good deal. The thumbsticks I could live without. I don't care as much for them, but otherwise this is a cool package. Cool idea to have the battery bank in there, but let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you like the video. If you like it, dislike it. If not, get subscribed for all gaming news and technology and accessory reviews. I'll see you guys in the next video.